Hi everyone, so this video is going to be a topic video. I haven't done one of these in a really long time, and I should probably get into doing them again because it's fun to just kind of share my opinion on stuff and give some overall general tips that help me when I'm doing art. So this video I'm going to be talking about ways to stay productive and a couple of things that I've learned over the last couple of months especially and over the last year on ways to actually get myself to get work done, especially on the days where you just really don't feel like doing anything. So it can be really difficult when you have to draw something, if you're a fellow YouTuber or if you have art homework or anything like that, or you just really want to be productive, but you just never feel like it or you don't feel like it that day. I found a couple things that help me through those kind of moments. So the first one is while you're working on something, it's always helpful to have something playing in the background. Nothing too visually interesting because that could distract you, but I always like to put my phone in front of me while I'm working and just have a video playing, and I'll just kind of cycle through watching art videos. Some other YouTubers I like to watch. Lately I've been watching people talk about plants and their plant collection because I've been into plants lately and taking care of my own houseplants. Or podcasts are really good for having something in the background to keep you working because it kind of keeps you out of your head and it makes you more engaged with what you're doing. And it's just sort of something to kind of drown out all the other distractions you could possibly have. So it's just you, your painting or your drawing or whatever you're doing, and the thing to kind of keep you on task. A recent tip I heard for staying productive and something that has been helping me a little bit is to plan out your day and try to plan it out by the hour or by the half hour and plan out when you're going to draw, when you're going to take breaks, when you're going to do this and that. If you kind of block out your time, it makes your task seem more manageable because you know, at this time I have to do this for an hour, and after that hour, I move on to this. So you're not kind of guessing your way through the day. Even though it kind of seems like it would be stressful to kind of have to follow the schedule all day, it's not as stressful as not knowing what you're going to do and trying to kind of wing it the whole day. So having a schedule can really help you get stuff done and helps me a lot too. Another thing that keeps me motivated is to take short, frequent breaks. So say after an hour of doing something, just leave for 5-10 minutes, go outside, grab some water, grab a snack or whatever, and then come back and keep working, take another small break. It kind of gives your hand a break, it gives your mind a chance to just kind of like recharge, I guess. It's just kind of something to look forward to. So while you're working, you know, in an hour, I'm going to take a break. And also it's not good to overwork your wrist or your hand because you can start getting a repetitive stress injury if you use it too much, and if you draw for too many hours in a row without taking breaks, you can really hurt your wrist and your hand, so it's good to take breaks. Another thing that always keeps me productive is finding inspiration, and it can be really hard to find inspiration, but scrolling through Instagram before you start a project. Don't do this for too long though, because then you go down a wormhole or rabbit hole, then you go down a rabbit hole of comparing yourself to other people and feeling overwhelmed rather than inspired. Find your favorite YouTuber, your favorite artist to watch. It doesn't even have to be art inspiration. It can just be general inspiration. So whatever you're passionate about or your hobbies besides drawing, try to find videos on those while you work. Try to kind of spend your free time sort of doing things that will recharge you and inspire you for the next project you have to work on or for the next thing you're going to do in your sketchbook. Watching sketchbook tours is a really good inspiration for actually sketching in your own sketchbook. I definitely find that helps a lot too. So it's always good to have inspiration, and it can be one of the hardest things to find, but it can be one of the biggest motivators. So if you can find it, even if it's a little bit, in combination with all these other things, it can really help you to continue on doing whatever it is you're doing. Another thing that is always good to do is make sure you're drinking enough water and eating enough food, because if you don't do that, you're not going to have energy and you're going to feel lethargic, even though some foods make you feel lethargic. But make sure you're not working on an empty stomach and make sure you're drinking enough water. Having a glass of water beside me while I'm working always makes me feel better, because when I stand up I don't feel dizzy and dehydrated and bad. So water is good to always have beside you. And make sure that you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or at least several snacks throughout the day. Don't forget to eat. I do that a lot while I'm working on stuff, but sometimes I do get kind of lethargic after I eat, so sometimes I'll try to get stuff done before I have lunch and stuff like that. I don't really eat super healthy. I try to not eat extremely unhealthy things, but I don't really eat that healthy. I eat normally, I'd say. It's always hard to be productive when you're tired, which is why getting enough sleep is always a good thing, but it's something that not everyone does because people stay up late and they sleep in, or they just stay up too late and then they have to get up early the next day. But having enough sleep can really, really, really make the difference on what kind of day you have, and I've been learning that a lot lately. So I've been trying to go to bed at a more reasonable time and wake up earlier every day, just a little bit earlier. But sleep is kind of one of those things that really applies to not just art or drawing, just your entire life. But of course, if you're feeling better, you'll be able to be more productive. Another thing that really motivates me and makes me feel productive is using my sketchbook. And the more I use my sketchbook, the more I want to use it. So if you don't sketch very often, I would try to start to sketch a little bit more often. Schedule some time in your day, every couple of days or every single day, maybe for half an hour to an hour, just for you and your sketchbook. Because the more you work in your sketchbook, the more you'll want to, because you'll see all this art you made and you just want to add to it and fill the whole book and get a new sketchbook. And it really, really helps you improve, and it helps you kind of, you don't get rusty with drawing. You're kind of always used to it. So you never go a couple days not drawing and then have to suddenly jump back into it and sort of forget how to do things, and it takes you too long to warm up. Sketching every day can really help with your motivation and your productivity, and you're literally being more productive because you're drawing more. So I would definitely recommend that you do that, because that always helps me feel better. Whenever I'm using my sketchbook more often, I'm always in a better state of mind. So if I keep doing it, I'll usually keep up that good mood sort of thing. I hope this video was helpful for you. I just wanted to share a couple things that help me to really stay productive, especially on those days where I don't want to, and when I have to get videos done and I don't want to. Sometimes you just have to sit yourself down and just force yourself to do it and have a reward at the end. Like, if I finish this, I can go play my video game, or I can go read that book or something like that. So the main points are to make sure you have some sort of thing playing in the background while you work, if that works for you. Try to schedule out your days, plan out when you're going to do what, take small but frequent breaks, try to find inspiration, make sure you're drinking enough water, eating enough food, and getting enough sleep. And use your sketchbook. Those are all my tips for staying productive and motivated. I really hope you found this video helpful for you. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.